Well, one of the great things about this God-centered living is that you get to live with a peace and a joy inside that doesn't depend on how everything out there is going. This week's Keeping Connected. Well, as you can see from the colors of the altar behind me, we are going to be entering into the Lent season, starting at the Ash Wednesday service, Wednesday night at 6:30. And there's a couple other prayerful opportunities that I want to focus on and share about tonight, a prayer vigil and a morning devotion. But first, a little bit more about that connection of peace and joy that we get to live with in this God-centered view, because that's part of our approach in Lent, is turning to the cross and realizing the great victory that was won for us. And in Psalm 4, you get a sense that the author is really pointing towards his trust in the Lord as the groundwork of why he's able to feel peace inside. From Psalm 4. There are many who say, "Who will show us some good? Lift up the light of your face upon us, O Lord." So people crying out, "Will God fix my situation? And nothing good is happening for me in life." And the psalmist answers, "Will you have put more joy in my heart than they have when their grain and their wine abound? In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." There's our source of peace and joy in life, a source that no one can take away, depending the things of the world might change, and our jobs and our families and our neighborhoods and things be in flux. Our source of peace and joy that never goes away is God has rescued us, saved us. We focus on the love behind that in Lent, and the courage and the strength of Christ being our champion. And there's some great prayerful opportunities in Lent. Lent is a season where typically we focus on spiritual discipline and the idea of making sure to build things into our life, to remind ourselves and not forget. And there's some great opportunities this Lent. There's a 24-hour prayer vigil that many have filled up and signed the slots for through the evening. There's actually still a few slots for available, and there'll be a link to the sign-up Mail Genius after this, that you can go in, and there's some slots open in the daytime. But I just want to fill you in on what takes place. So basically, one person will be here being the representative of the church, hosting, praying. We'll have a table of resources out here. The names of people in various ministries. You want to pray for all the people in the choir, we'll have them listed out there. All the Sunday school teachers, the various ministries of the church. We're able to pray for our church home and the things go on here, and some prayer resources as far as prayers you can pray, and things that you can help guide yourself with your time of prayer. So it's a great opportunity. I encourage you to try and take advantage of that as we team up together to be the church. And maybe you can't cover one of the hours, but you're welcome to stop by during those time periods. Someone will be hosting. During the kind of off work hours, the front door will be locked, but during the work hours, you can just come in and join in some time of prayer for your church home. Another prayer opportunity is 6:30 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday, just like a 12-minute devotion. We are going to use the prayer service in our hymnal, page 235, the morning devotion. And what you'll see is you'll be interacting with the devotion kind of in a PowerPoint on your screen, and it will be mostly sung. We'll pray some parts of it, but a lot of it will be sung. We have kind of a men's choir recording that'll be singing that. And your audio will be off, so you can join in singing along with that at home. There's going to be a psalm reading each day, and then kind of a long section. We're going to do maybe 4 or 5 minutes of reading through Isaiah, and hopefully we tackle much of the book of Isaiah throughout Lent. It's kind of really good to read Isaiah in large chunks and get a feel for what the prophet is sharing and changing voice, when God's speaking in the prophet, and so I'll be doing that part. But I encourage you, 6:30 a.m. One of those spiritual discipline things. It will not be recorded for later in the day. That's not what this is for. It's getting up, starting our day with Jesus together in prayer. So I encourage you to try and do that. The Zoom link to join in on that will be right on our website. There'll be a picture of a hymnal there, and you can go in and follow along in your browser. 6:30 would be like 1 minute of little background music, and then we'll launch in. It'll be about a 12-minute service. Well, ponder the concept of what the author of Psalms was saying about things in life going up or down, but he knows the true source of peace and joy in his life. And he says, I get to lie down at night knowing who loves me and who my Savior is. And you get to live with the wonder of that all your days. Every day is a gift, and we have the great opportunity to live those days together in this church home as our Savior Lutheran Church. God's peace.